Hello and welcome to your practice today. For this practice, no props are needed. Feel free to just roll out your mat and let's get started. We'll start in a simple seated position here. So feel free to arrive just seated on your sit bones. You can cross your legs if you would like, or have your legs in more of a Sukhasana seat with one shin in front of the other. And just start to arrive in a seated position that's comfortable in your body right here, right now. When you arrive, feel free to close down your eyes or find a soft gaze. Let's take a moment to check in. Check in with how your internal landscape looks like in this moment. Checking in with how you're feeling mentally, physically, and emotionally. And just acknowledging the thoughts with a sense of curiosity rather than judgment. If you feel like finding stillness is aggravating to you, which is totally normal, start to seal the lips. Take a deep inhale through the nose, and then take an open mouth exhale. Sigh it out. Go ahead and do that a few more times and just allow yourself to be here in this practice. Think about releasing any built-up tension that you might have, releasing that on the exhale as you open mouth exhale. Releasing whatever you're holding on to. And then whenever you're ready, I invite you to start to seal the lips and start to breathe in and out through the nose. And just notice that for just a little bit. It's okay if your mind starts to drift away. That's totally normal. See how long you can just stay with what thoughts might be ruminating in the mind. And if those thoughts are unserving to you, feel free to gently push that to the side. Give yourself that permission to come back to your breath and come back to any bodily sensations that you might be experiencing. Notice if there are any tense spots or rigidness that you might be holding on to. Maybe relaxing the jaw a little bit, relaxing the tops of your shoulders, sitting up nice and tall. Feeling the spine become straighter and the crown of the head reaching up towards the sky. Perhaps the shoulder blades fall a little bit down towards your mat, releasing a little bit more tension through the shoulders. Feel down into the sit bones, making that connection to the earth. Feel the support from the earth. Take a few more breaths there. And let's start to release a little bit extra tension. So feel free to float your eyes gently open. We're going to start to bring your hands behind us, interlace the fingers. You're going to make a fist behind your low back, and then you're going to go ahead and swing your fist over towards the lower right side of your back. Start to relax your shoulders a little bit more. Take a deep inhale. Your next exhale, let your left ear come down to your left shoulder. And then perhaps your chin kind of sneaks over towards the left a little bit, and just feel into these different angles here through the neck. Moving nice and slow, just exploring sensation. Feeling that gentle tug just right underneath of the skin. It's called a superficial fascial layer. And so we don't want to go too deep or too forceful with this, but just really letting that right shoulder keep getting heavier and heavier. On your next exhale, we're going to slowly release the clasp, and then bringing your chin down towards your chest. Again, move nice and slow here. Let your hands come back into your lap. And then feel free to just kind of gently sway the head side to side. Feeling that connection down through the back of the neck. Take a few deep breaths. When your head comes back to center, take a pause there. Your next inhale, slowly lifting your head back up. Again, we'll take our hands behind us, interlace the fingers, bring that fist to the lower left side of your back. And then just start to relax your shoulders as much as you can there. We'll take an inhale here. And exhale, releasing the right ear down to the right shoulder. Feel that gentle tug and pull right underneath the skin down the left side of the neck. You might want to stay here, or you can explore sensation by gently and slowly turning your chin down towards your right armpit. And again, just slowly feeling into these different angles. There's no rush here. Keep letting that left arm be as heavy as you can be. Releasing any stress and tension. Relaxing the jaw. Relaxing the thoughts. Your next exhale, slowly release from your clasp and then bring your chin down towards your chest. Hands come back into the lap. And again, maybe just a gentle sway through the head side to side. Whenever your head comes back to center, slowly lift your head back up, and maybe you even decide to roll your shoulders backward or even forward. Maybe even shrugging the shoulders up and down. So whatever feels good there, whatever feels helpful. Now go ahead and bring your hands back to your lap if they haven't been there yet. We're going to start to take some seated cat and cows. So on your next inhale, start to bring your hands up towards the top of your thighs, arching through the spine, stretch your heart forward. Your next exhale, start to round your spine, bring your hands up to your knees. Maybe you even reach around for the knees, broaden up through the upper back. So it's an inhale, starting to arch your spine. Let your heart reach forward, gaze is forward. And an exhale, bringing your hands around to your knees to feel that spine round. Chin comes down towards the chest. Go ahead and take a few more seated cat and cows at your own pace with your own breath. Think about letting the breath initiate the movement. And think about this being no rush to the breath as well. Notice your inhales, notice your exhales. A few more times just like that. On your next inhale, slowly come back just to an upright seated position. We're going to stretch our right fingertips out wide to the right side. Take an inhale, reach your arm up towards the sky, and an exhale, start to side bend to the right. Now notice if your left hip bone wants to peel up off the mat. Keep that left hip rooted down towards the mat. Now option to stay right here, or you can bring your left hand behind your head, take an inhale, and then exhale here. Your next inhale, start to spin your heart up towards the left, opening out through that left elbow. And again, we're just moving nice and slow here, starting to breathe more into that left side of the body, the left ribs. Another inhale here. And exhale, come back to that gentle side bend, maybe reaching that left arm over at an angle here. Your next exhale, we're going to bring both hands down in front of us, finding a seated, gentle forward fold. So rounding the spine a little or a lot, just depending on how your body is feeling and depending on if you have osteoporosis of the spine. I will say this, maybe just start to keep more of a straight spine here. So if you know you have osteoporosis of the spine, try not to round the spine as much. Take a few breaths here in your seated forward fold. I'm up on my fingertips here, but maybe your palms are flat. Your next inhale, start to walk your hands back towards your body, come to an upright position. And again, maybe you decide to shrug your shoulders or roll your shoulders back, forward, shrugging them, whatever feels good in your body. And then we'll find some stillness here. Start to stretch your left fingertips out wide to the left side. Inhale, reach up through that right arm up towards the sky. And exhale, start to find a gentle side bend to the left, opening up to the right side of the body. Notice that right hip rooted down towards the mat. Try not to let it peel up, keep it rooted down. So think about this nice stretch along the right side of the body, from that right hip all the way up to the right fingertips. And feel free to stay right here, or you can join me bringing the right hand behind your head. We'll take an inhale and an exhale. Your next inhale, opening up that right elbow, spinning your heart up towards the right side. Think about pulling that right shoulder blade back. Staying for just a few breaths. Breathing into the right side of the body. Your next exhale, slowly come back to that side bend, reaching that right arm at a diagonal. Take a deep inhale here. Your next exhale, bring your hands down in front of you again. Let's find that seated forward fold. Soften your belly, soften your jaw. Start to take a deep breath. Notice the side of the ribs expanding out. Long, slow exhale. Release any extra tension. Inhale, start to walk your hands back towards your body. Come back to that upright position. And then any movement here that feels good. And whenever you're ready, we'll start to make our way to a tabletop. There's no rush. So whenever you arrive in tabletop position here, just take a few rounds of cat and cow. So we'll take an inhale here to lower the belly, lift your chin. Think about broaden through the collarbones. Exhale, rounding the spine, bringing your chin down towards the chest. So it's an inhale to a cow pose. Exhale for a cat pose. Inhale, cow pose. Exhale, cat pose. Inhale, come back to a neutral tabletop. Start to walk your hands a little farther away from you, maybe a couple scooches there. Tuck your toes, take an inhale here. Exhale, start to lean your hips back into your heels, and then an inhale, push up into the hands, come up to a downward facing dog, lifting the hips up and back. You might need to adjust your stance there with the hands and the feet, no worries. Check in with how your hamstrings are feeling as well. So if the hamstrings are feeling pretty tight, you might want to bend through the knees a little bit more. Bringing that tailbone up towards the sky, find the length in the spine. Fingertips are spread wide, pressing down into the palms of the hands. Find some stillness in downward dog if you are moving around. We'll rise up on the toes, bend the knees, look forward, step forward to the top of your mat. Take as many steps as you need to. We'll meet in a forward fold. Inhale to a halfway lift. Torso is parallel to the floor. Find the length in the spine from the tailbone to the crown of the head. And then your next exhale, softening your knees, forward fold. Inhale, sweep your arms up overhead for extended mountain. Exhale, bring hands to heart center. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, cactus the arms, stretch your heart forward. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, cactus the arms. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, soften your knees, forward fold. Plant the hands, step just your left foot back. Lower that left knee. We'll take an inhale, sweep your arms up overhead for low lunge. Now right knee can come past the right ankle if that feels good. I'm going to keep my left toes tucked here. We'll be here for just a few more breaths. On your next exhale, bring hands to heart center. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, right hand to right thigh. Inhale, reach up to that left arm, get a little taller through the left side. Exhale, find a little side bend to the right. Inhale, come back to center, reach up. Exhale, plant your hands, lift your left knee, step your left foot forward to meet the right. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to a halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale, sweep your arms up overhead for extended mountain. Exhale, hands to heart center. Start to shift your weight into your left foot. Pick up your right foot, hug your right knee in towards your chest. Stay for just a few breaths. Exhale, release your right foot down. Take a forward fold here. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale, sweep your arms up overhead for extended mountain. Exhale, cactus the arms, stretch your heart forward. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Start to shift your weight into the right foot. Pick up the left foot, hug your left knee in towards the chest. Feel that strength down the right leg. Stay for a few breaths. Next, exhale, release your left foot down, folding forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. We'll plant the hand, step just your right foot back. Lower that right knee. Inhale, sweep your arms up overhead for low lunge. Stay here for a few breaths. Again, letting that left knee come past the left ankle if that feels good in your low lunge. Stretching up to the sides of the waist, reaching up to the fingertips. Take a deep inhale here. Your next exhale, bring hands to heart center. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, plant the hands, lift your right knee, step your right foot forward to meet the left. Exhale, forward fold. From here, we're going to heel toe the feet out pretty wide to the outer edges of your mat, perhaps. Generously bend through the knees, reach pinkies to opposite elbow creases, and find a ragdoll here as you let your upper body forward fold here. Just think about this as little to no effort. So really allowing this to be as passive as you can. You might find a gentle sway side to side, just really letting the head be heavy here. Maybe shake out the head. Releasing any extra stress you might be holding on to. And if you're making any movement here in Ragdoll, I invite you to start to find a little bit more of a stillness position here. And then we'll start to slowly let the hands come down towards the mat. Start to heel toe the feet in a little closer together. And we'll take an inhale for a halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale, sweep your arms up overhead for extended mountain. Exhale to chair pose, sinking the hips down and back, sending the weight into the heels a little bit. Breath in through the nose. Breath out through the nose. Your next inhale, start to push down into the feet, straighten your legs, reach up for the sky. Exhale, soften your knees, forward fold. Plant the hand, step back to a plank position. Now feel free to lower your knees here. We'll take an exhale to come all the way down. Inhale, curling up into a baby cobra, lifting the heart. Take an exhale to come all the way down. Inhale, push up into the hands, tabletop. Exhale, child's pose. So feel free to bring your feet together. Your knees can go wide here. If the arms are feeling a little fatigued, you can have one hand on top of the other. Let your forehead rest down. Maybe you even take a gentle sway side to side here in the hips in your child's pose before finding some stillness. And just take a few breaths here to settle in. Find your breath. Relax through the hips a little bit more. Maybe perhaps on your exhales, you can sink the hips a little bit deeper. Softening again through the belly and the jaw. Inviting in some deep belly breaths. And we'll stay here for just a few more breaths. And whenever you're ready, slowly make your way up into a seated position. And this can be any seated position that feels good in your body, crossing your legs or just having your legs loose out in front of you. Just find any seated position here. And we're going to start to just take a gentle twist here. So feel free to even close down your eyes or find a soft gaze. Take an inhale here to extend the spine up. And an exhale, twist to the right. Left hand can meet right thigh. And then perhaps your gaze is even over your right shoulder. And again, we're just letting this be a gentle spinal twist. Nothing deep here in our practice today. Just allowing some time and space for a little bit of movement and some breath awareness. On your next exhale, slowly unwind from this, come back to center. Stay here in the center for an inhale. And then your next exhale, twisting to the left. Maybe right hand to left thigh, left fingertips behind you to act as a kickstand. Inhale, sit up nice and tall, and then exhale. Perhaps you look over that left shoulder. Find your breath. Notice if you've gone too deep into the twist here. Nothing should be painful in your twist through your spine. You should be able to comfortably breathe. And just stay with your breath a few more moments here. On your next exhale, slowly unwind from this, come back to center. Now feel free to gently sway side to side. Maybe take a few extra seated cat and cows if you feel like you need to just loosen up the spine a little bit more. I even like circling through the pelvis here. Just sometimes it's nice to end the practice with a little bit of extra soft movements here. And so to close out the practice, feel free to join me in some stillness in your seated position, and feel free to close down your eyes. And I invite you to bring hands to heart center. Thank you for practicing with me today. I hope this practice was what you needed. And remember to always take care of yourself. Namaste.